Okay, good evening. So I'm back now to answer some questions. One of the first questions I have is what is Lead's current mission and has it changed significantly in the past decade? And the answer is no. The mission really hasn't changed. As I mentioned earlier, our mission is still to educate young people, diverse youth, many of them from underserved communities, and prepare them, regardless of their income level, for access to higher education. The one nuance, however, that has changed is that we were, for many years, really focused on college inspiring. We are moving more not just from college inspiring to life and career building. Our interest is to make sure they're prepared for life. But those are the nuances that have changed about our mission. You also would read in our mission statement that we use the word nurture. We think we need to spend a lot of time on nurturing our young people, and we expect to do that going forward even more. Any additional questions? Looks like we have a question coming through. Okay, I thought I asked this question for Barry Taylor, but let me answer it again. In terms of our mission, has it changed over the years? Which is the question. Actually, he asked the question, what is Lead's current mission and has it changed significantly in the past decade? The answer is no, it hasn't changed significantly, other than the fact that we've added a more nuanced approach, which is not just college inspiring, but also life and career building. We also use the word nurture in our mission, but we're still cross collaborative. We're still focused on higher education. We're still focused on diverse youth, many of them underserved, and we're still focused on converting that high potential into successful leadership. So, in that sense, it hasn't really changed very much at all. Jonathan D. has a question. Is the path to long term financial stability dependent on aggressive international and domestic growth as you've outlined? Well, I think the first, those are actually bifurcated in some ways because financial stability is certainly about serving more young people. So, in that sense, yes. But financial stability is really around having a good economic model, having the right financial model that you can operate on, that allows the organization to consistently be able to meet its obligations and to expand its reach. In the context of expanding its reach, yes, having more domestic institutes, and yes, having more universities participate in the funding process is also very important. So, yes, in that sense, they are connected. What additional questions can I answer? I'm sure that there's many of you out there that may have some additional questions. Please feel free in the time we have remaining to post your questions. Dwight Williams asked the question, is there a target number of summer business institutes? And are any past SBIs on the map? I'm not sure about the second part of your question, Dwight, but the first part is yes, the target number is 40 by 2020. Number of summer institutes in totality. That includes both business, computer science, and engineering. As you know, we're not just business anymore. We have SBI, we have CSI, and we have SEI. And those institutes operate on the same premise as business. Are there any past SBIs that are on the map? Many of the SBIs that we currently have were ones that we started with, such as Penn, Michigan, Duke, and a number of others that are on the map. There are a number of schools, such as UCLA and others, that we've approached and had conversations with. But many of them, quite honestly, some of them, I should say, aren't as interested as they may have been in the past about LEAD being a pipeline to them. But we're certainly going to be where people want us and where we believe we can have a big impact. Emory, for example, just joined us last year, and they are terrific. And they're looking forward to a long future with us. SMU's business school is one that's on the map that had never been part of us. And the Lehigh, as I mentioned earlier, is also a business school that will be joining the Summer Business Institute category. Hopefully that answers your question, Dwight. Barry Taylor has another question. Will individuals who are not alumni, fellows, or scholars be asked to help with fundraising? Yes. And those people will be what we call Friends of LEAD. And of course, those include people in your network. And then, of course, our board, which is not in either of the categories, fellows, scholars, or alums, are asked to participate. So we'll be recruiting anyone, talking to anyone who is willing to support our organization. And of course, in terms of fundraising, as I mentioned, we'll be talking to foundations and private and public philanthropy about supporting LEAD. Looks like we have another question coming through. Barry Taylor says, nice, awesome. Thank you. Count me in. Thank you, Barry. Thank you so much. We so appreciate you. Well, that's all the time we have for questions. I want to just thank everyone for, again, taking time out of your busy schedules to be with us tonight. I hope this was informative. And as I mentioned, this is the first of many. We are hoping that each of you will decide to join us in our effort. We need your help. We know that you care about this organization and care about what it did for you, and we know you care about helping others receive that same benefit. Thank you so much. Thank you for being part of tonight, and we look forward to talking to all of you again very soon. Good night.